It's been a while since I've gone live. I had to regroup the...
Yeah. We'll begin shortly. What's that mean?
I know it says we're notifying viewers that you are live. There's
Okay,
the
you're
D.
live.
There's the D. Looks like a hair or something on me. Hello, hello everyone. So glad to see everyone today. Hello, hello. Hello. My goal was to put out a little TikTok saying, hey, I'm going to be live today, and I didn't get around to doing it. Today I was just telling Dee was my trying to catch up on paperwork and my mentorships I have going on. It's like, didn't quite get done. That's okay though. We do what we can do. Hello, Miss Chelsea. Hi, Kat. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Jen Jen. Thank you, thank you. So good to see everyone today. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Crystal. So today, if y'all have never seen me, I know probably a lot of you have already seen me live, but we usually start out with cards and then we roll into Spirit Led, something like that. Hi, Deanna. Thank you, Deanna, for sharing and liking my live. I so appreciate it. All right, let's roll into a couple of card readings and then we'll do some Spirit Led. How does that sound? All right, this is for Deanna. Deanna, thank you for sharing my live. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Marilyn. So good to see your name pop on there. And Jen and Sarah, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you, thank you. All right. Who did I, oh, Deanna, this is Deanna's. All right, Miss Deanna. Oh, wow, Deanna. Okay. You know, you gotta love it when there is a definite theme to the cards. So they're all minor arcana, but every single one of them is a pentacle. Every single one of the cards, Miss Deanna, is a pentacle. Okay. And pentacles are really about your solid walk here on earth, or work, the material things here on earth. So the first thing is the Three of Pentacles. So it's about the power of three coming together. The power of three when it comes to your walk as a divine feminine on this planet. So they tell a story. We started off with the power of three. The power of three coming together for what? To support you, Miss Deanna, in how you present on this earth, in your divine feminine. Now, the problem is there is some trouble and unpredictability in the people around you that you have kind of absorbed. Sometimes as empaths, we will really absorb the unpredictable, like the feelings of people going around us. It's like how you feel like you're in a great mood and you walk into a room and then all of a sudden you're like, you're feeling angry or annoyed or whatever it is. It's probably because you absorb the feelings around you. Now, when I ask the question of who is it that is affecting Deanna's moods so much and making it feel a little bit unpredictable, and I'm getting like this, like you don't even recognize who it is, but it is a very prominent male figure in your life. So there is someone who you look to, like you respect this person, you look up to as someone who is solid and has a lot of structure to them. But they are, hi Jen, they are the ones who is causing a little bit of unpredictability. So how do you figure out who this is? If you don't already know, Deanna, which I think I'm getting that you already have an inkling, that who makes your kind of stomach, your stomach tense up when they walk into a room? That's who it is who is affecting your mood. That's who it is. And I'm not saying you can't love these people. Lots of time people who affect our mood, we love them. They're a huge part of our life. We wouldn't have it any other way, but maybe there's some conversation that needs to happen. All right. Thank you, Deanna. She said, yes, I get that. Yes, yes. All right, thank you everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate you. So that was for Deanna. Thank you, Deanna, for liking and sharing my live. Thank you. Heather, I have a few spirits hanging in my house. I just moved in. Are they friendly? They do feel friendly, Christine. They feel curious. And that's what I would say. She said she has some spirits hanging out around her house that she just moved in. She said, are they friendly? They feel very curious. I see them looking at you like, what is she about? It reminds me of that. I haven't ever, it couldn't hold my attention, but there's a movie called, I think it's called Ghosts, where these people move into, hello, Rebecca, where these people move into a home and it's haunted and she can see them. She can see the ghosts, and that's what it reminded me of, how the ghosts are just very curious about, what is she about? Hello, hello. Thank you for liking and sharing my live. Jen, I so appreciate you. Aw, thank you, Lee. She says, was thinking about you all as well. Well, to be honest with you, that's why I took some time off from, thank you. That's why I took a little bit of time off from TikTok, well, from going live, because, nothing like having some not great health news that kind of kicks you in the gut. And I knew my tumor markers were on their way up. So not terribly, but they've always been a good indicator for me. And so my last set of scans showed that the tumor on my liver had grown a little bit, and the ones on my spine had were showing some activity, whereas before they had been completely dead. So, I had to take some time off and regroup, because frankly, I was a little bit pissed off. And I said some not great words. I just want to be honest. That F-bomb, yeah, dropped it quite a bit. Was really angry. And so, I have to sit with, what am I going to do? My doctor wants me to go on a trial. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. I'm also checking with MD Anderson. I might go down there to see, an appointment down there. We'll have to see. Currently, and I was just telling Dee, it's so frustrating because, and I'm sure everyone will know that this feeling is that I have so many people that come to that I heal. Like, I am constantly healing people. People that will message me later, oh my goodness, I feel so better, my scar is gone, all of this. And so it's really frustrating, when you do so much for others, which I wouldn't change it, but you're like, what am I missing for myself? Also, I do so many things. Like, I do all the meditation, all the trauma processing, eating right, taking the supplements, So I had this is funny. Do you ever, I don't go to a cancer ward, but I have to have something called a Zometa infusion, which they put in my port because since there's been, I'm on something called letrozole, which is an estrogen blocker, which can cause osteoporosis. And then I also am on something called, and also because of the tumors on my bones. So to get this infusion, I have to sit where the cancer, to heal people. I haven't, but I will. So you're not supposed to heal people or tap them that haven't given permission. But when I'm getting my infusion, I will sit there in meditation and I would just expand my aura. And I will tap people around me and ask their higher self, is it okay if I heal you? Is it okay if I heal you? And if their higher self says yes, then I send them love. And it's so sweet because I was in there was this one lady across from me, and let me tell you, you could just tell she didn't look great. She wasn't doing well. And so I sent her healing, and all of a sudden, a nurse came by, and the lady started talking to her about, I don't know what y'all put in this bag, but I am feeling so much better. And she was going on and on. So it was very sweet. Yes. All right. I know self-healing works, but if you ever need Reiki Master, I will never hesitate. You know what? Thank you. And if anyone feels the need to send me healing, I will take it. I think there's power. There's power in lots of prayer. There's power in that. All right, let's send this to. I want to thank everyone who is liking and sharing my live. I see I have a couple of new followers. I really appreciate it. This reading is for, let's see what we're going to do here. Looking for some people. Aw, thank you, Kayla. Someone said on here, I need to heal myself first. And I used to think that. I really did. And that's a common theme in our realm that you need to heal yourself first. And I do watch my energy, but I will tell you, I thought I was going crazy because I kept hearing in my head, you will be healed as you heal others. That's not ever said. Like when you talk to Reiki masters and other healers, they never say that. They're like, oh no, you need to reserve your energy and you heal yourself. But after that came to me in meditation, I had so many other mediums say, I know this is off, Christy, but I am hearing that you, as you heal others, you heal yourself. And it's true. I will have days where I am not feeling that great and I will go and heal someone. After that, I am completely energized. It's because when I was diagnosed with cancer, I changed the way I healed people. I used to heal people in a way that I was kind of taught in the way that people do it. But it came to me when I had cancer, I needed to change that. So I sat with my guides and they taught me a new way to heal. And so after that, now whenever I heal people, I feel better. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you. All right, this is going to be for Lee. We're going to do a card reading for Lee, and then we're going to roll right into some spirit led. All right, Lee, good grief. You have a lot going on. There's a lot of great energy going on in your life. You know, the cards, I think you're familiar with cards, is it's broken into two suits, the minor arcana and the major arcana. You have 3 major arcana cards in this reading, which brings in a lot of energy. The first one is the 10 of Swords. I know this card looks a little bit scary because this guy's got a bunch of swords in his back, but it's really not that scary. It's just about you have learned a lot of lessons. You are taking all of that knowledge. You're taking that knowledge when it comes to your thoughts and your beliefs and your subconscious. And when I say those words, I'm seeing them clairvoyantly. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and your subconscious. And when I got to subconscious, it like popped. So you are really being called to stand in your subconscious and to really be able to listen to that inner voice. And the next card is the Empress card. The Empress card is about sitting with your intuition, your divine feminine. And whether you're male or female, everyone has the divine feminine within them. There is something that is getting your attention that is taking you away from your work at hand, is what I'm hearing. There is something that you've been thinking about doing, something that you've been pulled to take to the next level. But there is something that needs to be put to, and I know the death card, people get scared of it. This is not a literal death. This is something that you need to let lie. You need to move away from so that you can kick. I didn't even realize this was the next card. So you can kick off that next journey. The Chariot card is about riding into a new direction with power, and you can see the power this card has, standing up tall and doing it with a lot of confidence. That's what this card is about. So there is something that you are that you need to kick off to the next level. It has to do with you really tapping into your subconscious and putting. When I was like, what does this person need to put down? What does this person need to put down? Because I kept seeing this Death card. Been purging so many things and beliefs to bring in the new. Aw, thank you for confirming, Lee. This card, when I asked what it was about the limiting beliefs that people have put on you. And I don't think it's anyone in particular. I feel more like it's a society thing. And, you know, we all live with society's beliefs that they have about us and, you know, what we can and should accomplish. There were some people coming through about, I'm going to answer a couple of questions about the healing, and then we're going to move into spirit-led. People were asking what I can heal. So it is really about, it's what I call deep quantum healing. What I do is I go into a trance. So when you come to see me, we have some discussion. We talk about what is bothering you. And then you will see me put on earbuds. And I sit like this. And I create an energetic vibration to the other side. I don't actually do the healing. So what I do is I scan you and scan you and scan you. This is the way all my healings start. And then there are what is right for you. I scan you and scan you until I get your vibration to a certain point, and then healers come in. And then we work on healing. So I will have, I'll take someone that I healed yesterday. She had bought a package from me, so I also healed her last week. Now, I didn't know this. She talked to someone I knew, and she was like, oh my goodness, Christy, if the healing could have been any better yesterday, it was. Now, why that was is because she came to me within a week of the other healing. So she never dropped her energetic vibration back down. So when you come to me, I scan, bring your vibration up and bring in healers. If you wait months and months, which is fine. I mean, it's completely up to your vibration comes down, I bring it back up. Okay, so this person had just been with me a week ago. So her vibration never dropped back down completely to where it was before. So I was able to bring her way up. That was the difference. Now, what can I heal? I support the healing that comes from spirit. So I will tell you things that I'm excellent at. Scars, especially if it's a new scar. There's someone's picture on my website where, it's a gnarly scar, and the guy let me put his picture up there, and then 3 days later it's almost gone. A girlfriend of mine, her scar is not where we should see it, but her scar is just phenomenal. The person yesterday had a lot of, she thought she was coming to me for healing because she had a cold, right? That's what she came to me for. Migraine, headache, a cold. So then that's what I thought I was working on. But then they kept having me scan her body, really work on her bloodstream. Like I feel myself clearing out her bloodstream. Really worked on her chest and her lungs and around her heart. Now, she told me she was coming to me for a cold, right? So when we're done, I told her this, and she said that she, for one thing, had recently had a mold issue where she was exposed to heavy-duty mold, and that she had been having some heart palpitations, and that she'd been having a hard time breathing because of that mold issue. Those weren't things she told me before we rolled into the healing. That's where the guides just took me. So then it makes perfect sense. So that's how you know kind of the healing is working. You come out feeling more energized and that kind of thing. Anyway, all right. I know everyone's here to, you have a scar on your face, honey. I would love to heal it. Now, I will tell you the best, and I know I feel like it's a little bit too late that you already have a scar. The best healing comes when you get me when the scar is already healing. Can I help scars? I can. My daughter had a gnarly one on her back, and I was able to help her out with that. Of course, she was my daughter, so I did work on her multiple times. Okay. This first person stepping up is a gentleman that he's letting me know he has a dad energy about him. I'm hearing the name George around him. I'm assuming it's George. I heard Georgie, pudding and pie. I don't even know where that comes from, but anyway, that's what I heard. I know it's like a nursery rhyme or something. This gentleman is showing me that how old were you? He was relatively young when he passed. I'm seeing late 60s to seeing 69 actually, but we'll take that as late 60s, early 70s. He is showing me that back in the day, not towards when he passed, but when he was younger, he had facial hair. He usually had facial hair, like the full thing, not just a mustache. I'm seeing like a well-trimmed beard. And he was a good-looking guy. He's actually letting me know that he was a nice-looking guy. And he was charming. And he's like, and that might have gotten me in trouble. So I'm hearing he can hardly help himself, which tells me he probably was not the most faithful partner. But he wasn't vindictive about it. And what does that mean? A lot of people, when they step up and they are letting me know they weren't faithful partner, they go out with the intention of cheating. This guy did not go out with the intention of cheating. He just, he's saying, I just couldn't help myself. I'm not advocating it, mind you. I'm just telling you what he's saying. Also, he's showing me either shades or those transition lenses. he's letting me know that he owned, I was about to say he owned his own company, but it was more he was in charge. He is also saying he had a truck, and this truck had just everything in it. He is showing me, it reminds me of my purse, except it was a man purse. It was his truck. He could just go, he could be on a job site or wherever. He always had the tool that he needed in that truck. It was like this truck had all this stuff in it. I'm seeing a white truck. Now, I'm not sure if I don't know. I don't usually get the colors of vehicles, so I'm just, okay. Let's see, JO 2019. My dad owned a company, cheated on my stepmom, had a truck, died young. Ah, very good, Michaela. Okay, my grandfather's name was... My dad left a white truck. Okay, so we must be with JO 2019 here, because the last information I got was the white truck. And I said, I don't know why I'm seeing a white truck. I never get the color of vehicles. I mean, honestly, I rarely get that. So that means that he was definitely trying to, JO 2019, are you new to TikTok? What is that? Okay. JO 2019, on the bottom of your screen is two people, and it says guests on it. If you could click that and request me to go live. I know, right, Michaela? That's crazy to get that white truck that was hers. I mean, that's just crazy. Okay, so JO 2019, on the bottom, on that guest, on the two people, click guest and request me to go live with you, and I will accept. If not, I will just roll into the message. We'll give her a minute. It's not letting me. How could you not go live? Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Okay. She is saying then that this was her dad, so she confirmed all the information that he owned his own company. He cheated on stepmom. He had a truck, and then he owned his, yeah. And then when we were talking about, I said, oh my goodness, I see a white truck. She said my dad left a white truck. Yeah, I thought, RKB, it could be that she doesn't have enough followers. I thought TikTok had gotten away from that. Like, if you were trying to go live with someone who had enough followers, you could do it, but I could be wrong. I don't know. TikTok's always changing the rules. I can't keep track. JO 2019, your dad is talking about he didn't mean to be such a... These are his words, not mine. I absolutely don't agree with it. He said, I didn't mean to be such a terrible role model. I don't think he was a terrible role model. He just couldn't control himself. He was just too tempted, he is saying. He definitely had an issue with self-control. And he is also telling me that he could be an absentee dad. Oh, okay. Very good. Okay, she said he had an addiction in the end, and he was a good man. It was the good man that I was feeling. He's acknowledging the addiction. And you know what? He's owning it. So you have to appreciate that. He's also saying that it wasn't like he was a mean, abusive dad. He was just absent sometimes, and he wants to apologize for that. There was times when you really needed his input. Really needed him around you, and he was feeding this addiction. He was looking out for himself. He wants you to know, hello everyone. He wants you to know that he is the one who has been, what is he showing me? He showed me like 5 things at one time, so let's break it down. He's the one who's been messing with your electronics. He's also is showing me something is stuck in your windshield wipers. So there was something that was stuck in your windshield wipers. Did he send that? No, but the acknowledgement that it just happened tells me that it's him saying that he's around you. I don't let spirit step up and say, hey, tell them I'm around. They have to prove it. So he's just telling me things that that I don't know about you. He's also telling me, pay attention to that ringing in your ear. Pay attention. She's saying that her windshield wipers weren't working today. Thank you for confirming. And again, he did not make them not work, but the fact that he was telling me about these windshield wipers is a sign that, just confirmation that he's around you. Also, he is saying, Joe, to pay attention to the ringing in your ears. Of course, yes, always have it checked out and make sure it's not a medical issue. But if it's not a medical issue, just know that that is spirit getting to you. Your dad is also letting you know that he is the voice in your head. My disclaimer to that is spirits will never tell you to hurt yourself or someone else. So your dad is the uplifting voice that is in your head. All right, thank you, Joe, for claiming our first spirit of the day, and your dad did a really good job. We just have to compliment him. He knew that he was about to be claimed by a couple of people. Oh, you're welcome, honey. She just confirmed she's been hearing that her windshield wipers were not working this morning and that she has been hearing ringing in her ears. Thank you, Miss Joe. Okay, so I just want to give credit to the spirit because he did a really good job. He could tell that people were about to start claiming him, and he's like, oh no, white truck. And so he gave me that one last piece of information that confirmed who it belonged to. And honestly, I was like, I don't know why I'm seeing a white truck. I don't know. But Joe did, because he left it. He did do great, right, Michaela? Okay, so I'm hearing a grandmother. I'm feeling a grandmother energy. So I was hearing and feeling two things at one time. You can see I got my my clairs were coming through all at one time. I'm feeling a grandmother energy. I'm hearing the word posy. I don't really know, so keep that with you. I'm hearing the word posy. This grandmother is showing me that she, towards the end of her life, she got very ill and weak. And she's showing me kind of shaking a little bit. And her voice is shaky like this. She could hardly get her voice out. And her hand was shaky. She was always a little bitty thing. She's showing me always being a little bitty thing. And it's cute because she's showing me her shirt tucked in. And y'all are about to see that I'm not dressed properly from the bottoms down. But we're about to see it. So she's showing me, I'm wearing sweats. I have clothes on, people. Get your mind out of the gutter. But she's showing me how she has her shirt tucked in. But when she tucked her shirt in, her pants would be way up here. So that would be something that you have remembered about this grandmother energy. Her tucking her shirt in and it being kind of up over her stomach and coming up kind of high. Now, she's saying a stomach. Did she have a little poochy stomach? I don't know, but this lady's really tiny, so if she had a little bit of a tummy, it certainly wasn't much. But these high-waisted pants are kind of cute. She's also showing me very smart lady. She did either word searches or crossword puzzles. I'm making notes.
Elizabeth.
All right.
Christy Elizabeth.
Okay, this lady was telling me something else. So the second you said Elizabeth, she dropped something in. So that makes me wonder if if she belongs to someone else and she's trying to get me, you know what I mean?
Okay.
She dropped in Cadillac. She either drove a Cadillac or the person, something about a Cadillac. Elizabeth, can you take that? Can you take the caddy? Hello, baby love. Miss Elizabeth, can you take the caddy? Do you know what she's referencing with the Cadillac? Oh, she had many cars. All right. All right, here you go, Miss Elizabeth. Elizabeth Ray.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? So who is this lady to you?
Hi,
Is it your
Grandma.
grandmother?
It's my grandma Peggy.
Okay, so what is this posy? Why am I saying here posy?
I'm not exactly sure.
But she
She
had a
was really
tea
big
name.
into, yeah, but she was big into flowers and stuff, so maybe that.
Okay, very good. I will take it because I
She had
wasn't
like
sure.
a
Are
huge
posies
flower
like the
bed
little
in front of
round
her
red
house.
peas?
I think so, but I remember her having like a ton of flowers in front of her house.
Very good. Okay, very good. Thank you, Grandma. Come on. And so I just have to say, Elizabeth, it's so funny. Do you remember her? Because she has shown me again as she's coming up, and now she's laughing at herself about it. Her having her pants tucked in over her stomach, and so she was wearing these like high waisted pants. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, she used to do that when I was younger. I remember that all the time.
Isn't that kind of funny? I was asking her, I was like, wasn't that uncomfortable? She's like, no, it's like all she knew. Elizabeth, have
when
you
you, oh, sorry, what?
go ahead.
Oh, as soon as you started saying she was very, like, frail towards the end of her life and stuff and very shaky, and how she was she was so tiny. I love her. She was the skinniest thing, and it was, yeah. So I was like, that's her for sure.
Yes, and then I'm telling you, she's cracking me up with this. And now that she knows, it's making me laugh. She's clairvoyantly, she keeps dropping herself in with her pants tucked in with the, like I feel like the pants almost came up under her boobs. She's a funny lady. Now, Elizabeth, have you been having stomach problems? All of a sudden, she's making my stomach not feel great.
Oh my, you're gonna make me cry. Yeah, I have actually. I actually have like IBS of some sort. So yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, very good. She is instantly wanted to give you advice, and this lady would have been someone who did she go to the doctor? Absolutely, but she was also she keeps saying food is medicine, food is medicine. So she would have been someone who really wasn't big on eating canned or processed foods.
Yeah, she was a health nut, and also towards the end she became more of like a bird because she was like she's like, I don't want to eat the junk food. It got bad. I totally understand that.
And that is what she's coming in with today. She instantly, so how I know that is that she made my stomach hurt, which you confirmed. Yes, you're having stomach problems, it's IBS. And then she went and just cleared out cupboards. She was just, and I was having a side note with her. I was like, that's a lot of food you're throwing away. And she said, it doesn't matter. Your health is worth everything. And she's just throwing away everything and then starting over. And as she is starting over, it's just all this, just basically, I wouldn't say raw foods, but, almond flour crackers and flackers and, just very healthy foods. She's also saying to make sure to stop drinking faucet water. Have you been drinking faucet water?
Occasionally I do. I think that's one of my main issues because ever since I moved here to West Virginia, my stomach has gone downhill because of the water is not the greatest.
Yeah, she's actually showing me. We have a reverse osmosis in our house, so that's what she is showing me. And then also sometimes I will use a Brita, and she is showing me to use some kind of filtration system and stop drinking that water. Now, I'll tell you that the other day, I don't know how long you've been watching this. I was telling this story. I've recently gotten back scans that weren't that great. I saw someone yesterday who's not really even a medium, but she was clearly intuitive. And she looked at me and she said, asked where I grew up. And I said, backwoods, Louisiana. She said, was there a farm or something around you that gave you, that you were around pesticides? I said, no. She says, I'm seeing something leaching into your water. We grew up on well water.
Oh, yeah.
And this well water, I can remember when it would turn kind of yellow, and my mom would just say, it's the sediments at the bottom. It's fine. Keep drinking it. And so, this was back in the 70s. We didn't test our well water. And she's taking me back to that moment to let you know, you have to start filtering your water. Just buy a Brita or something. You don't have to buy, bottled water. Buy
right. I've been definitely thinking about that because the water tastes funky here.
Yeah.
And has a lot of issues going on.
Yeah, don't. And she's also recognized, think it through. She says, don't cook with it either. Use your filter to cook with it. So she has definitely shown me the water. I'm really feeling this water is your main issue. And then she said you've kind of gotten control of the rest of your diet, that you have knocked out a lot of processed foods, that you've been doing really good with that.
I'm trying. I've been trying to diet and stuff, and it's just been, diet food is so expensive, so I've been trying.
Yeah, I agree. If you're eating organic and whole foods, then it definitely is a lot. And she is saying but you got this. She keeps saying, you got this, you got this. She's also is telling me to start pursuing your intuitive abilities. that you find this so fascinating and you are too scared to. That's what you're scared of. And it's not like you're afraid of spirits, but it's like you're afraid you can't do it or you're afraid of failure.
That's definitely, yeah, I've always grown up having a deeper connection to things like that.
Yeah.
And like going through life, I've always had like gut feelings and just like being able to feel the spirits around if they're like bad or if there's a bad vibe around like a house my parents looked at one time. I was like, there's just something not right with this place. I was like, I'm not gonna live here. There's something off with the upstairs. I don't want to be here. So I definitely have always felt more in tune and with things like that. So that totally makes sense.
Thank you so much for your time, Elizabeth. I so appreciate you. When you're starting on this journey of your spiritual gifts, make sure you're reading, you're journaling, sitting in meditation. That's a great
Definitely.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, her grandmother did a really good job. I will tell you also, I have something called the Divine Collective. You mentioned asking people's higher self. Does part of your soul stay in heaven? Yes, it does actually. So your soul is just really too much for your avatar body to handle. So your higher self, your upper soul, according to what your belief system is, stays in heaven, and we do have access to that. I will tell you also, I have something called the Divine Collective. I was talking to I can't remember her name, Elizabeth, about it's nice to have support when you're on a spiritual journey. I have something called Divine Collective. There's all different ways to work with me. Of course, you can get one-on-one appointments. You can work one-on-one with me during a mentorship, but I do understand that costs money. The Divine Collective is a subscription program, but it's very inexpensive. And like this month alone, we're meeting 3 times. We met earlier in the month on the Akashic Records. We're meeting Sunday, just doing a group reading like this. And then Monday evening, everyone's going to come and play with cards. And then we do, have a group chat and things going on. Okay, Jess Lane, you said your sister is missing. You know what? I'm going to ask you to go live. I was going to tell you how to get in touch with me. I'm going to ask you to go live, and then I will give you a way to get in touch with me personally. I will tell you, like, today and tomorrow is just crazy slammed, but I'm gonna ask you to go live, Jess, to see what we can get going on. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, it says invite sent. Okay, Miss Jess, did you get the invite? Jess Lane, talking about your sister missing. Oh, here we go. I'm going to accept. Dee, put your thinking cap on.
Hi, Christy.
Hi. So what's going on with your sister?
I just want to tell you, I've actually had a reading with you, and then I bought my mom one for, I think, Mother's Day last year, and you're absolutely amazing. So it's great to talk to you again.
Thank you. So I'm so sorry that we're talking under these circumstances.
Yeah, and I mean, I know this isn't like what we've ever touched on before, so I didn't really know how you did it, but I would love to know how, I guess. She just took off randomly in December. She came back for a week last month, and then now she's gone again, and she's got 3 kids. They're older, and then she's got 2 beautiful grandbabies, and it's just been so hard. You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
So now I'm like auntie mom.
Okay, so now for your sister, so when someone comes to me and there's a missing person, they're trying to find someone, this may sound weird, but the first question I ask, first I give you a reading so we can make sure I have a kind of a clue of where she is and what's going on. But what is your purpose? Like, what do you want to just know if she's okay? Do you want to know how to contact her? Do you want to find her? What is the purpose?
Well, kind of all of the above, but my main is to make sure she's okay. She had substance issues since she was 13, so I worry about that, but then there's also been abuse. Can I say that? Sorry, I don't know if I can say that.
No, you can. Yeah, I think you can. I say it. So
there's been abuse with this new guy she's been with who we don't know. So
okay, so I will tell you, I'm just going to give you a quick down and dirty read, but to find someone, I will tell you how you can have access to me after this. And I am mentoring someone who helped me work on another missing persons case, and she loves to work on this stuff. And so I'll probably bring her into it. So the first thing I do when you come is I look to see if I see anyone in spirit that is your sister, and I honestly do not see anyone in spirit that is your sister.
Thank you.
Now, if I did see someone, I wouldn't say, oh, this is your sister. I would describe the spirit stepping up so that you could confirm if I was describing your sister.
Okay.
But when I ask for just a sister, no one steps forward.
Thank God.
Now, when I tap into the energy of your sister, and Dee, you can chime in whenever you want. Dee is also someone who's worked with me a lot. Everyone say hi, Dee.
Thank you.
Your sister has dark hair.
Yes.
Yes. And for her stuff, even for all of her substance abuse, she's kind of, I wouldn't say chubby, but she's fluffy.
She goes through streaks. Since I haven't seen her for a while, I don't know.
Okay, very good. Something's wrong with her teeth.
I think they're frailing.
I'm seeing back here, all of a sudden my teeth started hurting. Now, why, for everyone watching, why am I describing her sister? So I can make sure I have the right energy. She can't find her sister. I looked in spirit. I didn't see one to describe. I never would have said your sister is in spirit. Never would I have said that, just for everyone is watching. I would have described whoever was stepping forward. Not seeing anyone. Okay, so then I was like, okay, take me to her who is alive. You know, what I'm hearing is that your sister is currently on a bender.
I feel that. I truly feel that.
Okay, very good. Also, I'm seeing that someone is like encouraging this bender. Are you getting that, Dee?
Yeah.
I am too.
Okay, very good, very good. And it's their way of controlling her.
I honestly, can I say something or
Yes.
do you want to keep going?
No, go
I
ahead.
honestly feel like she was maybe used as like bait in a rug situation, you know? And
What
she is
I-
very beautiful. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it's-
Yeah, she is. That beauty, I will tell you, is failing. Honestly, her physical beauty is starting to go because she's not taking care of herself in the way she's being treated. I see her skin is looking very sallow. Also, I have an understanding of your sister loves her family. And if she was, anytime she gets in her right mind, she starts heading towards her family, if that makes sense.
yes. Yep.
They are using these drugs to control her. Okay. So now for us to find her, that takes a lot more time than what we have on this live.
Absolutely.
I want you to email me
Okay.
and tell me who you are and about this, and I will set up a time for me and this other person who I mentor who loves this kind of stuff. And I will give you that time for free because it'll be part of her mentor time, if that works for you.
Yeah.
All right.
And I
So
still get your
email me.
emails, and I have all my emails from you saved. So
Okay, very good. I like right up here, if I don't get to you right away,
Absolutely.
I will get to you probably late tonight or tomorrow because I do have a slamming day.
absolutely, I appreciate you, and thank you
Of
guys in the
course.
comments. You guys are so sweet.
Thank you.
Yep, have a great day.
You too.
Bye bye.
Okay, very good. Okay, so there is a method to finding people when they're missing. So whenever you are looking for someone who is missing, never tell someone that their person is in spirit. Don't do that. It is just because you don't know that. Like I can say, oh, I have a dad energy. That's the reason when someone requests, oh, I want my dad, I want my mom, or whoever, I describe them because just because I requested that spirit doesn't mean that's who's stepping up. So let's just say I requested Jess's sister, and her grandmother steps forward to let us know the sister is okay, and I assume this grandmother energy is her sister. Or maybe, her sister's friend steps forward. And I was like, oh, I have a young energy here. Your sister's in spirit. I mean, how much devastating would that be? Oh, you know what? Sylvia Brown did that and did huge damage to our whole industry because she did it on national television and said that these boys these people, boys that were missing, had passed, and they were not. So you don't ever do that. All right. Let's see. I have a mama energy stepping up. Okay, so what this person is showing me, like some of my kids' friends called me Mama J or Mama Jackson. Here, I'm giving it out now. I do business under my maiden name. So they would call me Mama J, Mama Jackson. And that is what this lady is saying. So all these people would call her Mama. I'm hearing there's an S name around her. She's letting me know that her house was always full of children of all ages, and she was always cooking. Her house was always a mess, and she didn't care. I'm not saying it was dirty. It was just the activity that comes along with having all these people in the house. Instantly, towards the end of her life, she's making me have a hard time breathing, and I need to cough. Also, I'm having a really hard time swallowing. So, early on, she was showing me that she was the house. People called her Mama. Even her kids' friends called her Mama, whatever her last name was. I'm hearing an S name around her. I'm actually hearing the name Sarah, Shelley. I don't feel like it's her name. I feel like it's a name around her. She's letting me know towards the end of her life, she had a hard time breathing. She had a hard time swallowing. She was coughing. She was buried, not cremated. On her headstone is a cross engraved. People still come and put flowers and visit her gravesite.
Christy.
Okay, so Christy. Okay, very good. Sorry, Christy, I was reading with my eyes closed because she was like playing the screen in front of me, so I didn't see it. Thanks, Dee. That's why I have a moderator, so I can do things like close my eyes.
Hello.
Hi, Christy. I love your name.
I know, it's a good name, right?
Right, it's fabulous. All right, so who was this to you?
It was my second mom, but also my best friend's mom,
Okay, and so your best friend's name starts with an S?
Sarah. It's her daughter.
Okay, very good. So for everyone watching, I said I had this mama energy. People called her Mama, whatever it was. And Christy said that she was a second mama to her. And I also said that someone around her, I didn't feel like it was her name, had an S name like Sarah or Shelley, and her daughter is Sarah. So here we are. Oh, and she did have this hard time breathing towards the end of her life.
She had COVID at the end of her life.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, that sucked. And she says, I know, right?
Yeah, it was unexpected.
She did not, no one ever expects to go out that way, but her especially. She didn't.
Right.
She just had so much life left in her, and she had so much left to give. People still reference her and still talk about her. Her daughters and actually you still have stories about her. And, oh, if your mama was here, if mama was here to see this, you know what mama would say? So y'all still reference her.
100%.
It is an acknowledgement. So when spirits step up and say things that I don't know, it's a sign that they are around you. And she's also tagging on how much she appreciates being remembered.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all,
She's a good person.
and you especially, like, she is acknowledging, Christy, that you, like, she always had a heart for you because you really didn't have that nurturance growing up at home.
Yep.
I'm not saying that you weren't loved, but you didn't have that nurturance, and she knew that. This lady was crazy intuitive. That's why everyone she loved her, because she could tell what people needed, and she delivered.
It's true, and I know what you mean when you say that. Sorry, I'm getting choked up.
No, absolutely not. Look, in my office, look what I have. I have tissues for, and I have meetings here in my office, and people.
I'm doing one of those right now.
Yeah.
I just
did a
have paper
whole-
towels.
I did a whole Mystic Fest event while I was reading, and I always have tissues. Wherever I am, I have tissues because it's a release of emotions. It's like, oh my goodness, they are alive and well. There is an afterlife. She does still love me. It's just all those emotions coming up. Let them go, honey. She's also talking about how proud she is of you. Not that you shouldn't have turned out as great as you are, but you had to overcome a lot. And she is saying, she's showing me you are still peeling back the layers of all that trauma you went through. And she is telling you to not give up, which tells me you're kind of gotten stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. And then when you mentioned the cross on her, like, grave or whatever, she was very a very spiritual person, would always go to church, things like that. And she's actually kind of influenced my life with, learning the Bible and going to Bible study. So when you said that, I was like, oh, this has to be her.
Absolutely. And I want everyone to, watching this to look, I have right there, you see, y'all can see there's a Holy Bible and there's another one right there on top of that mess. It's a zipper bottle. You can't see it. It's a Bible. I'm talking to someone who was talking about going to church and doing Bible studies. I've done the same. Just because you're on a spiritual path doesn't mean you have to throw away your religion.
Right.
Jesus is love. Do you have to throw away the dogma and the judgment? I don't know if you have to, but it's helpful.
It's funny because before she passed away, she used to send me things like, don't look to the horoscopes, look to God and all that stuff. And she would always tell me she loved me regardless of what my choices were. So I don't know. It was just funny because I still have that in my DMs on Facebook.
And here she is stepping up through a medium.
Yes. It's not the first time she's come through either. So it's kind of funny to me.
Very good. Very good. She is, I was about to let her go. She says, wait, one last thing. She is talking about, there are some things that you're going to have to chop away on your life, Christy, to then level up to the next level. And you're kind of holding on to those, which is fine. It's just an acknowledgement that you're in this in-between place and you're going to feel kind of stuck until you fully release what is holding you back and move on. Actually, what she showed me was the devil card, which the devil card is about just things that distract us from our path.
Mm-hmm. That makes complete sense. I understand.
And I was like, I don't know why she's calling me the devil card. Then I see your name, Christine Moon today. That's why she's showing me, because you know exactly what the devil card means.
That makes complete sense.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Of course. All right. This lady did an excellent job. All right. I want to thank everyone who has joined me today. I am headed out. Have to have some back-to-back appointments today. Thank you, Sissy. Thank y'all. I will, let's see. Can I talk more about leveling up? I will tomorrow. I do have to head out. I'm on a time crunch, but tomorrow I will be live here on TikTok again at the same time, 2 p.m. Central Time. So catch me here. And thank y'all for joining me. If you haven't done so, you can check out my website. There's lots of opportunities to get in front of me. One of them is the Divine Collective. We do a lot of, since it's such a smaller group, there's a lot more where people can ask me questions and get one-on-one answers. And we meet several times a month. The next time we meet is this Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Time. We're doing a group reading. I'm doing a group reading, All right. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.